Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Jazzy, the video store Sasquatch here, and we are doing a Throwback Thursday. We got another reimagining here. I went with a little bit more popular movie. There's Something About Mary from 1998, directed by the Farrely Brothers. This romantic comedy cemented itself in pop culture at the end of the 90s. It was Cameron Diaz, Ben Stiller, bona fide A-listers from this movie. I'm going to reimagine it today. I got a couple people I think that will work. I mean, it's kind of hard to like represent Ben Stiller here and Cameron Diaz. We're talking about two stars. We're gonna kind of do it just our way, and I wanted to have fun, fun comedy. It's just something to do a little bit different. Like I think that if any of the old comedies from the '90s would be remade, it would be this one. We're gonna definitely move this from Rhode Island to the Midwest, though, because I'm from the Midwest. But I think it'd just be a better setting. Keep it in Miami when we meet her. Um, we'd have a lot of the same like style humor, but maybe a little bit dirtier jokes. I'm definitely gonna go for a real heavy R rating here. Maybe not. I don't even. There wasn't much nudity, so probably not no nudity in this one, just because of the actors that we're gonna have involved and stuff like that. It's not really needed. We can have a lot of comedy and like the sexual innuendo and stuff like that, just without all that. And the big thing that we do here is we pull off the rest area scene from the gay meetups and stuff like that. Mostly because we looked at the rest area, it wasn't even an old like a new style rest area. It was like an older rest area where you just kind of stop. So we'd move that to like we could probably keep it in the rest area stop, but maybe have the hitchhikers see the cop as the guy goes in. Ted goes into the rest stop, and then he hides, and as he hides in the body or an arm falls out, or something like that, or they get pulled over, some kind of around those areas. And instead of having him like go to prison and all that stuff, or go to jail for a couple of days, whatever that weird thing is, they kind of did that kind of go plays with it, but kind of just still makes it quirky. We're kind of get rid of all that. So that in doing that, probably cut the movie about like 15 minutes, which would be perfect because this was about hour 52, hour 55 as is hour. So we would get down to about hour 40, hour 30 minutes, which would be like a perfect comedy spot. I think we could do something a little bit funnier than the come on the ear. Um, we could find a way to make it still relevant. Still even probably get it in her hair if you wanted to do it. We'd just find a way to make it funnier and newer, more modern. Just stuff like that. Keep most of it the same though. Like just kind of keep the same beat. Like bring them back into high school as old people, or as older people, or not like age and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And and just kind of have fun. It looks like it was a fun cast. Definitely gonna keep the music narration. That's like one of the tall tale things of this movie is the music narration. So I think that you can keep that kind of thing going on, and it's funny, and you can make the jokes through the narration and the music. So that's what we do there. The original cast here was Cameron Diaz, as I said, as Mary, Ben Stiller as Ted, Matt Dillon as Healy, Patrick Healy, Lee Evans as Tucker, Chris Elliott as Dom, Lynn Shay as Magda, and W. Earl Brown as Warren. And so that's kind of my original cast here. And we're just gonna start with the replacements easy. The first one was like so easy. It's like you even think about just the way Hollywood is and just the way it is. And we get Mary has to have something about her. So Margot Robbie, of course, would be a perfect Mary substitute. Cameron Diaz substitute here. I thought about two other people, Anne Hathaway being one, and Samara Weaving another. And it's kind of like all the opposite age, and Margot Robbie's kind of like the Goldilocks here, which is like kind of perfect. Um, and she'd be perfect as like a tomboy, still beautiful. There has to be something about her because that's the whole point of the movie. And this, she is. There's something about her. There's a charm, a charisma, a whatever, a smile, or whatever it is that she's the obvious choice here. Ted, Adam is Adam Devine. Um, I don't. I think it's more like a short guy thing. Like I think that's kind of like what you want here. It's kind of like Ben Stiller is kind of like a smaller guy. Adam Devine, kind of shorter, kind of big personality though, charismatic. When we get him earlier, we could definitely see him on braces with the acne and stuff like that through other works he's had. So I think that kind of playing a nerd, and he could kind of nerd out even when he's older, and we could have a little bit more like a different because we have a different reference now because we're coming into now times. 2010 is when we bring it back to for high school and stuff like that. So I think that would work. Um, John Cena here as Healy. Um, I kind of just thought about it. I kind of laughed. I kind of thought about it more, and if like you remember, like 2 or 5, 6 years ago, maybe even longer now, probably 10 years ago, they did yeah, because Jericho. So they did a little like presentation where he was an announcer, and he wore like a checkerboard flannel type suit jacket with like bright colors, and then he didn't have the mustache, the pencil in mustache, but I could definitely see him with the pencil in mustache, just like Matt Dillon had there. So I definitely could see John Cena being funny and Healy. He's definitely have humor. He's a big guy that play into later on, like when like he's dating Margot Robbie. Like we believe John Cena could date Margot Robbie. So I think that's perfect. I think he could do. I think he would probably take. He'd probably be the star of the whole movie because he kind of be like Matt Dillon, where he just kind of takes all the charisma, all and everything, and it's like, oh yeah, Margot Robbie's here. We got Adam Devine. We're gonna bring in Anders Holmes, Blake Anderson, and you're gonna learn soon. And still, John Cena's gonna be on top. So I just think that would be a good spot here. Anders Holmes, I just brought him up. Tucker. There's another way we could like tweak his character to where maybe he didn't have to be like. I don't even think you had to tweak the character as much as you think because I think he would do just like. I think he'd just do exactly like Woody Evans would do. Like he'd play him like British and snobby or above everybody, and when he's you know Tucker, and then when he's Ned or Fred or whatever his name is, he'd be like a total like, hey, bro, stoner. It worked perfect. I really like, and then we bring in the connection with the workaholics. I think if you're gonna bring in Adam Devine, you got to bring in all the workaholics guys. I mean, it'd be even cool to bring in Danny McBride from the show and just other people, but we're gonna just focus on the workaholics guys. I really believe they're friends in real life, so I think that you get them all together, kind of like Adam Sandler's group. And then Justin Timberlake here is Dom Woogie. You got to remember that when we went to high school, they said he has a model looks, and we're kind of in that age range where he might be a little bit older than everybody by like maybe a couple years. So maybe even just say he was in college already and she was a senior in high school, stuff like that. If you couldn't believe the age, I think I could believe him as everyone's age here. So I mean, he's a funny guy, La Grande, the teacher one. I mean, I think he could really do it, and he'd really be funny. And it all like, and those all five, I think, would be the ones that has to like really gel, where we can kind of get some more outlandish people coming out. But if these five could just come together, those five could come together and gel, it'd just be a really funny movie. And Drew Barrymore here would be Magda. Um, I kind of was thinking like older ladies, not older ladies, but like older ladies than me or 40 plus old ladies. Like even like you could probably Anne Hathaway here, or Claire Danes, but I was like, Drew Barrymore is really funny. I think she'd get the joke and she'd bring like her own little thing to it. And then instead of like having like I said, we don't have to show the nudity, so she don't have to show her boobs or nothing. So that'd be fine for Drew Barrymore. And on top of it, I think those were like fake boobs anyways. I don't even think they were really original Magda's boobs, just like a joke site. So even we could even still do it with Drew Barrymore here. But she might be a little bit more prettier than the other Magda, but that's fine. It'd play into it. Like why else would a gorgeous girl like Margot Robbie or Cameron Diaz go with an uglier older lady to be their little friend? And I think she could play. I just think she'd play an offbeat, hippie character that kind of just work as Magda. So you would tweak it a little bit, like just a little stuff, but we can keep the dog, we can keep everything involved. So that's where I'm at. And Shane Gillis is Warren. I think that anybody who like No, Shane Gillis would know this would be like perfect. He's like half his jokes about it. But when you look at W. Earl, the original Warren, he was like a serious actor and he was a big dude. Like he wasn't small. They even mentioned in the show 2 times he's 240, 250. Like Shane Gillis is about 240, 250, so he's about 6'4". He's a big guy. It'd be perfect. I was like trying to think of actors who are just big, and I thought of a couple, but then like I was just like, well, I'm overthinking it because Shane Gillis is right there, and that's perfect. And it brings into the whole comedy thing. He's gonna be funny. He's gonna bring his own little humor to it. So it'd be all around funny. Special little characters here, like the little cameos. We got Blake Anderson come in and play the doctor friend, of course, because we gotta get all work. We gotta get the workaholic trifecta here. The best friends. Like I was trying to like think of age groups, and I kind of Judy Greer's a little bit above. She's kind of like more into Drew Barrymore's age, but I think that if you're talking about a friendship group, like you would think about like the work and other stuff like that because she's just remember in the story she's stalking and she's meeting all these new people in Miami. So you'd have like maybe a little bit older. So I got Judy Greer, Kristen Miladio, and Sashir Zamata. Sashir Zamata is probably the only one that like most people won't know, but she's in this funny show on ABC called Home Economics, and she's really funny in it. And I think that she could bring her own kind of dry, funny sense of humor to it. I think that it's a small role anyway. I think Mo Collins or Vivica something was the original one. So it just would be perfect. We'd actually give her a speaking role. I don't think the original had a speaking role, and she'd make a couple jokes, be perfect. And then solely here, our Jeffrey Tambor would be H. John Benjamin. Funny guy, Archer, great voice, and we're gonna hear him on the phone talking about like whatever we're gonna bring in for the incident with Healy at the point in time. We'll have him listen to get the mind changed here. And so this is the one that it's kind of funny. The serial killer here, I'd love to go to Jamie Kennedy. I'm gonna say Jamie Kennedy just because it's my like thing I'm doing. Even though I know he's already said he's quit Hollywood, he's not gonna act. I think maybe we can convince him come back for a scene. Like, look at all these people that you'll be working with. It's just fun. We want you to be off the wall. We won't even write it for you. We'll just show you the script, and you just come and make it funny. And I think that we can maybe get him there. So Jamie Kennedy for sure. One of the funniest people I know from back in the day that would just be really funny and spot off there. Kind of reminds you of Harlan Williams. So that's where I'm at. That's my new cast here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good rest of your day. Please like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comments section, and see you next time in the cave.